Okay, so we just covered Rollo Tomasi and the Ballad of Clark Kent, who was the soft, nice guy, and his girlfriend falls for Batman. Sorry, Batman. Superman, right? He's new, exciting. He's handsome, dark, mysterious. He dresses. Wayne Bruce dresses in a suit. Looks sharp. He's in shape. Unlike nice guy Clark Kent, right? So I've got a little commentary that I want to expand upon here about how relationships go from hot to cold over time. They slowly die out, right? So here we go. Make no mistake, relationships with women can become a living hell. The longer they last, the worse they can become. I won't lie to you guys, I don't think long-term relationships with women are worth the effort anymore, especially if they're not doing the traditional female tasks like keeping house and handling all sorts of those tasks. Um, since I wrote this, I don't know if it's later on in the document or we already covered it. I really can't remember at this point, but you guys need to be avoiding relationships. Your relationship is with you, your work, your success, and becoming the most powerful, strong, resourceful, connected man you can possibly be. That's your relationship. Your number one relationship is to carry out your God-given mission and to fully utilize the talents and strengths that God blessed you with in this life, and to create a powerful life of abundance for yourself where you can be a rock and help your community and help others. You're not here on earth to jerk your dick and put some fucking bitch up on a pedestal and cater to her every whim and need just so you can get laid every once in a while. That is not what you're here to do. Do these women really love you? Are they crazy about you? Do they give you all the sexual attention you crave? Probably not. The beginning, when you first meet the girl and you're dating, it's always hot and heavy and fun and new and exciting, right? That's where you get the urgent hot sex from women. They're highly motivated to have sex with you and to give it to you when it's all hot, fresh, and new, when they haven't fully captured you yet and tied you down. Then, when you get more familiar and you make things official, all that excitement and lust wears off. Isn't it funny how that works? It's like the undrafted free agent. Since you guys are probably familiar with sports, you know a story like this. The undrafted free agent player who finally gets some time on the court or on the field, he starts playing lights out. Then he gets the big long-term contract the next season and stops working as hard now that he's comfortable and got his money secured. Women pursue long-term relationships out of survival instinct. They need resources and protection of a man for stability and survival. A lot of these young women now, college age, fresh out of high school, they can go get like a what was that guy that married the shipping magnate back in the '60s who married Jackie Kennedy after John was assassinated? Uh, Onassis, Aristotle Onassis, right? There's these guys out here, these sugar daddy guys with yachts and multi-million dollar businesses. They will go straight for this guy and have a relationship with him because he has the things they need and that they've never experienced. They want to survive, and they'll do whatever it takes to get it, okay? The other thing about current modern era in dating is that these females have had tons of guys in their past. You're never the first, okay? You're never special. In terms of sexual encounters, they are high mileage used vehicles with transmission problems and balding tires. That means there will always be that one guy from her past that she's crazy about and who wouldn't commit to her long term, that she will meet up with at the drop of a hat for sex because he just does it for her. He's just everything that she desires in an attractive man. Her feelings and emotions for this Chad or this Pookie will never change. Even after you marry her and have kids and buy a big mansion in the suburbs, buy the minivan, give her all this shit, okay? It'll still happen, okay? You can't change a woman's feelings. I see stories all the time where a guy is dating a girl properly with dinner dates, ball games, museum visits, picnics, only for him to find out later on down the road she was hooking up with her FWB, her friends with benefits, the fuck buddy, once he dropped her off after the dates. Just because you're doing all this shit for them, providing dinner dates, dates, dinners, activities, excitement, all this kind of shit, guys, it doesn't mean anything. This does not mean that that female is now suddenly exclusive to you. You can't control or own these women anymore, and you can't expect loyalty. And that's why it's a fool's errand to do this traditional dating, guys. It's stupid. None of these girls are the Virgin Mary. They're not worthy of being taken out and spent money on. Get your fucking head in the game, guys. They are feral, they're wild animals, and they belong to the streets, like rap star Future said. And in the words of Chris Brown back in, the 2010s, these hoes ain't loyal. I strongly advise you against traditional dating, unless it's a young, chaste virgin from a conservative family, because you're going to get bamboozled and it's going to hurt like a motherfucker when you finally learn the truth that, oh yeah, she's a slut, she's been sucking and fucking everybody who hasn't taken her out on dates. Meanwhile, you're the retard taking her out on the town, spending money, thinking it's going to get you somewhere and that she's going to like you. And surely if she can just see that I'm the right guy for her, then surely she'll have some feelings for me. The reality is, promiscuous, high body count women do not deserve traditional treatment. They're for recreational use in the bedroom only, and even that is filled with trouble and pitfalls. God forbid you get one of these skanks pregnant, then your life will really be a living hell. In truth, only chaste young virgins, in truth, only young chaste virgin women qualify for traditional marriage. And even that, guys, it's too much of a gamble. There's too much risk. Don't fucking do it. I know you're not going to listen, so I'm just spelling everything out here for you so you can learn A to Z everything. That's been the historical standard for thousands of years, regardless of race or ethnicity or even religion, every parts of the world. Virgin women has always been the standard. Virgin women are the only suitable ones for marriage. Virgin women, in Western Christian society, what does the bride do on her wedding day? She wears a white dress representing her status as a virgin, her purity, her value, her chastity as a woman. She's suitable for marriage, and the father gives her away. That's been the historical standard for every group of people for thousands of years. Only virgin women qualify for marriage. Say it with me. Only virgin women qualify for marriage. And even then, you still need a prenuptial agreement. You need to have strong boundaries in place, no shared bank accounts, anything like that. You provide her an allowance and pay the bills and give her enough to run the household. That's it. Stop listening to what women say and watch what they do. Women say all sorts of stupid bullshit that isn't right or correct, and they give the politically correct answer. They do not give the truth. They give what's popular and fashionable to say in public. They're Big Brother's favorite citizen, basically, because they repeat the official propaganda, right? Women are doing everything but looking for good, honorable men to be husbands for them. They equate early marriage with abuse and wasting their lives. A Handmaid's Tale, right? They are putting you at the bottom of the totem pole in our current era. They are putting education and career ahead of men in their early 20s when their sexual market value is at its peak. They are under this false illusion that they'll always be able to snag a good man and lock him down in a long-term relationship. Women are very short-sighted and myopic, and of course young men are too. We rarely think about tomorrow and plan for it, but women more so especially, and it's going to bite them in the ass one day. Keep in mind, Women are racking up the number of promiscuous sex partners thinking some desperate successful guy will bail them out at age 35 and marry them. Women have a shift around age 30, give or take, where their biological clock suddenly becomes the top priority. It's kind of like last call at the bar. Now's the time to fucking get serious, order one last drink, or find someone to go home with because it's all about to end. The ball's about to be over for Cinderella. It's commonly referred to as the epiphany stage, and credit to Rollo Tomasi for that. They realize around this time, around 30, give or take, sometimes even mid to late 20s, it hits them. They realize it's time to start partying and slutting around. Not really, though, right? And now, what takes importance, what's priority, is finding a long-term mate to provide for them. It's time to find a husband. Uh-oh, the biological clock is ticking. Like the drugged-out junkie who suddenly finds Jesus, they will try to cut ties with their past and convince everyone around them they weren't actually ever like that. This is another reason I think it's a bad idea to pursue a female you weren't around in your youth, that isn't from your hometown, or maybe that you didn't go to school with. That you'll notice how online dating, social media, you're meeting people that you really don't know anything about them. You didn't go to school with them. Your parents weren't friends with their parents when you grew up. That is a very bad thing in my opinion. You're kind of like a landlord. You're kind of like a corporation trying to hire someone. You need to do background checks. You need to know who the fuck these people are that you're putting time, money, effort, and your soul into. Even though, I tell you, do not do these serious relationships, guys. But I know you're going to anyway, so I'm trying to give you the best way to do it. If you didn't know their reputation in high school and college, how can you be assured that they aren't of low character? That's just a tidbit I always thought was wild. I've had long-term relationships with women I knew from youth, and part of that was I knew that they didn't have this wild slutty streak in their past. Again, watch the actions and behaviors while you ignore what's coming out of their mouth. You need to learn to not take women at their word or listen to what they say. You got to develop that skill over time. Women can be such diabolical liars, and part of the reason is that men never call them on it. A lot of times men can't even recognize or see when a woman's lying. How many times have you had women say the line about how their ex was an abusive narcissist when you first met them? Women will lie and obfuscate when it's time to keep the light off themselves and their own wrongdoings. Now it's time to talk about something else, right? They're experts at it, and their friends or family will help them circle the wagons to protect them as well. Like I already said, look at what women are prioritizing today. Men basically don't even rank on the list in the top 5. Marriage is nowhere on the radar until they approach age 30 for the vast majority of them. Their family is telling them this is how to build a successful life, to put education and career first. So they think there's this infinite supply of desperate retards willing to take on the mess they've made of their lives and support them forever. And again, just to clarify here, I don't think it's the worst thing. And look, should every woman get married at 18? No. The economy is so fucked up and our living standards have dropped so far that education is kind of this Russian roulette. If you do it, you're going to be fucked with student loan debt and wasting 4 years. If you don't do it, you're going to be fucked with just a high school education and no real training or vocation or trade skills. So it's just all the options are shitty today, okay? I wanted to make that clear. I would never encourage you to join the U.S. military in this day and age. The benefits are not that great compared to the bullshit you'll have to endure. You'll be used and abused, they'll chew you up and spit you out, not give a single fuck about it later on. Your best bet is coming home alive in one piece, basically. Similarly, I advise you to avoid illegal marriage at all costs as well. The liabilities and risks outweigh the benefits at this point. We're running out of time here on our 15-minute allotment, so I'll just stop this here and we'll pick up next time, continuing on with this text document.